A sample reading of a short story from The Poverty of Good Portions by J. Frederick Allen. A Most Unlucky Sailor is the title. The boys were vicious. Jonah was physically smaller than the others, but his personality was the most dominant. Some call this a Napoleon complex. He led the others in their taunts and bullying in school, his forced bravado often creating a tension in the air suggesting he could benefit from the chaos under the right circumstances. Jonah had not refined his persuasive confidence to push others past mere posturing and light violence, but he was learning. One particularly cloudy day, Jonah and the boys were attempting to skate some equipment at the construction site behind the school. The new athletic and aquatic center was in the process of being built, and they took advantage of this isolated and impromptu skate park, enjoying some stolen beer and talking of ways to score some weed and get some girls to meet up. Ultimately, they ended up just sitting on their boards, flicking rocks and talking shit. The construction crew was often neglectful and would leave equipment and tools out in the open, barely protected by a flimsy and unsecure gate. They spent the latter of their 10th grade year lurking around the unfinished building, playing King of the Mountain on the dirt hills, carving obscenities into the weak cement, and engaging in generally delinquent behavior. The construction site was their heaven and hangout. Lightning appeared overhead, followed by a low rumble 10 seconds later. It was going to start raining soon, and the build site would puddle and flood. The construction crew had dug trenches for pipes connecting what was to become an Olympic-sized diving pool. Another series of tanks and reservoirs would be installed to constantly cycle and filter the pool water. Supposedly, this design would make the facility less wasteful and more eco-friendly, but the validity of this claim was yet to be proven. The dangers of the open site were apparent to any adult who took the time to look, but none of them did. Another boy, a new and somewhat quiet 9th grader, also named Jonah, came skating down the sidewalk with excitement in his eyes. He had become somewhat enamored with the group because of how cool they appeared. The elder Jonah in particular held his interest, in part because he had never met another boy with his own name. He also liked skateboarding, so it seemed only natural that they should be friends. Unfortunately, what was exciting to young Jonah was annoying to the elder. "Ah, shit, here's that faggot Jonah coming to play with the big kids again," one of the boys remarked. "Don't call him that," Jonah snapped. "It's my name and no one else's." Elder Jonah had also never met another boy with his name, and he felt this new kid diminished his reputation and status because of the shared title. It didn't matter if the new kid was much cooler, smarter, more dangerous, or even the biggest nerd of all. Another Jonah muddied his name and reputation, caused a ripple in his persona. "We should figure out another name for him then. Fix his parents' stupidity," said another of the boys, seeking favor. Jonah smirked. This could be fun, he thought. "Hey guys, any cool new skate setups today?" Young Jonah shouted with a naive enthusiasm starkly contrasted by the older boys. "Yeah, but they're ours," one of the boys shot back. The others snickered. "Oh." Young Jonah stood still and thought for a moment. He felt an unwelcome air, but didn't have enough experience to interpret it as such. "Hey kid, you got a middle name?" Elder Jonah asked sharply. "Yeah, but I don't like it. I much prefer my first name. Don't you?" Young Jonah replied. A personal question made him forget his uneasy feeling. "Yeah, I do. That's the point. The name is mine and no one else's. So it's either you tell us your middle name or we make one up for you." "Like what?" Young Jonah asked, feeling hopeful at the notion of inclusion. "Like queerbait, fuckface, or cum-stain? You know, the usual terms of affection." The group all laughed aloud, more so from the tension created by the taunt than from any of Jonah's cleverness. "I don't like those names," young Jonah said, the uneasy feeling returning. "Exactly. That's why we need to know your middle name, so we don't have to hurt your queer little feelings," Elder Jonah said aggressively before easing back into a smirk, confident that his manipulation was working. Can't there just be 2 Jonahs?" Young Jonah asked meekly. "No, you don't get to have my name," Elder Jonah said, becoming irritated. "I think I need to go home. My mom is probably wondering where I am," young Jonah said, turning around quickly to escape. Elder Jonah shot up from the curb, and the boys followed suit. For a passing moment, Elder Jonah noticed the others in lockstep with his movements and felt a pride in the power that he had cultivated. No, you don't," Elder Jonah said with a sneer. "Yeah, don't be rude. We're in the middle of a conversation here." another boy chimed in as they circled young Jonah, cutting off his departure. Thunder rumbled again, almost at the moment Elder Jonah laid his hands on young Jonah's shoulders to pin him in place. Elder Jonah stared young Jonah in the eyes for a moment and could see fear building. Then he looked up and flicked young Jonah's awkward bike helmet with his fingers. "Your mom make you wear that when you go out to skateboard, cumwad?" For the rest of the story, please follow the link in my bio.